everyone, my name is Gabriel Hood and welcome to the first review in March. Today's focus will be on Space Jam. Space Jam is a 1996 blend of live action and animation and sports comedy starring Michael Jordan and released by Warner Brothers. The film revolves around a fictionalized version of Michael Jordan through his initial retirement and his eventual comeback, which is initiated by the Looney Tunes where they need his assistance to take on an enormous group of athletic aliens who threaten to enslave him. Will Michael Jordan and Bugs Bunny be able to work together and lead the Looney Tunes into victory? So let's begin, shall we? The movie begins with Michael Jordan as a kid practicing basketball with his father and prophesizing how he will eventually go to North Carolina to play basketball and work his way up to the NBA. And conveniently enough, we get a montage of Michael Jordan's career highlights during the opening credits, after which we formally introduce him as he announces retirement from basketball following the death of his father and decides to pursue a career in baseball. And it's made painfully clear that his passion for baseball is not nearly as strong as his passion for basketball. Meanwhile, in outer space, a tourist attraction known as Moore Mountain has reached a decline, and its owner, Mr. Schwackhammer, learns of the Looney Tunes through his alien minions, the Nerdlucks, upon which he immediately instructs them to kidnap them as new attractions. And upon their arrival on Earth, they take the Looney Tunes hostage, but Bugs Bunny, their fearless leader, insists they have the right to defend themselves. And because of the aliens' small stature, Bugs Bunny decides to challenge them to a basketball game. But as they say, you never underestimate your opponent. And they learn that the hard way when the aliens appropriate the athletic abilities of Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing, Sean Bradley, Muggsy Bogues, and Larry Johnson, and use them to transform into the Monstars, making it obvious that the Looney Tunes will need some professional help.
Stop it. Get some help.
And that's where Michael Jordan comes into play. As one fateful day, Michael is out golfing with his celebrity friends, actor Bill Murray, and fellow retired NBA legend Larry Bird. And although he makes his first hole-in-one, the Looney Tunes afterwards pull him into their universe, and Bugs Bunny informs Michael Jordan of their situation. And Michael, although reluctant at first, agrees to help him after a confrontation with the Monstars. But as Michael and Bugs Bunny form the Toon Squad, it's painfully obvious that Michael Jordan is the only skilled athlete. And until the one cartoon character with skills that matches his arrives by the name of Lola Bunny, to whom Bugs Bunny is immediately attracted. And although he challenges her to a one-on-one, she makes clear that she will not tolerate being patronized. Meanwhile, Michael Jordan's baseball manager, Stan Podolak, has searched fruitlessly for him at the golf club. And after witnessing Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck at that area use a golf hole to transport themselves back to their universe, he joins in and is surprised to see Michael practicing basketball with the Looney Tunes for their impending game against the Monstars, which finally commences. And during the first half, despite strong efforts from mainly Michael Jordan and Lola Bunny, they are easily dominated by the Monstars because of their enormous physical appearance. And during halftime, Stan learns for himself that the Monstars got their talent by appropriating the athletic abilities of the 5 players, which leads Michael Jordan and Bugs Bunny to form a plan to get even with the Monstars in the second half, which they do as it commences through cartoon physics, including one instance where one of the Monstars falls into a trap set by Wile E. Coyote. Suddenly, Mr. Schwackhammer calls a timeout, during which Michael Jordan issues an ultimatum. When the Toon Squad wins, the NBA players will be given back their athletic abilities. But he will offer himself as a new attraction to Moral Mountain if the Monstars win. And after the end of that timeout session, the Monstars play very dirty and incapacitate many of the Looney Tunes, leaving only Michael Jordan, Bugs Bunny, Lola Bunny, and Daffy Duck standing and in need of a 5th player. So Stan comes in and he gets incapacitated as well, but not before scoring a basket for the Toon Squad. So with 10 seconds to go, they need to score one more basket to win. But without a 5th player, they're at risk of forfeiting. And Bill Murray saves the day and reveals that he's mainly there because his Ghostbusters director, Ivan Reitman, was on board with this movie as a producer. So with the help of Bill Murray, Michael Jordan and the Toon Squad play keep away with the Monstars, and Michael Jordan uses cartoon physics to initiate a slam dunk that grants the Toon Squad their victory. And the Monstars agree to give back the athletic abilities to the 5 players, and they revert back to their small alien status. Stan also recuperates and agrees to take Michael Jordan back to the real world for a baseball game. And just just as he leaves, Bugs Bunny and Lola Bunny become an official couple. And Michael returns to the real world for his baseball game to the glee of the general public, as well as his wife and children. Sometime after, he returns the 5 players' athletic abilities to them, and they insist that Michael Jordan is washed up. So Michael decides to prove them wrong by coming out of retirement with Larry Bird and Bill Murray as spectators. So my verdict on Space Jam is, it was a very good guilty pleasure from the 90s, especially one that the whole family can see. Where it combined the best of live action, the scenes involving Michael Jordan, and animation, the scenes involving the Looney Tunes, and somehow they managed to mesh together when both Michael Jordan and Bugs Bunny are in the same scene. And this film, again, is a pleasure for the entire family to watch. And it's clean entertainment without the use of vulgar language and only cartoon violence. So kids know the difference between cartoon violence and real life violence that comes with consequences. And with a runtime of only 1 hour and 20 something minutes, the plot manages to be thoroughly structured and somehow pay off. It somehow pays off within that short period of time, as opposed to 2 hours. In fact, the movie, despite not being a masterpiece with the critics, was memorable enough for Warner Brothers to years later release a sequel this past year with LeBron James. Now, the only disappointment for me was, I mean, yes, it's the 90s, but as technology has become more advanced, the CGI in this film is really showing its age. Even the only other disappointment, and this is a big one, is that the most popular song in the film soundtrack, I Believe I Can Fly, has since been tainted by by what we know about R. Kelly's predatory behavior. And good thing that he has been held accountable. But anyone who faithfully listened to the song I Believe I Can Fly because of his inspirational factor, it's hard to listen to it the same nowadays because of what we know that he's been up to. But even those disappointment don't negate the good qualities of this movie. Hope you enjoyed this review. See you later. Peace.